I am accepting every single no-tip order DoorDash throws my way, and there's actually a few reasons why. You see, a couple weeks ago I decided to start dashing again, and I quickly came to find out that when you take a 3-month break from the platform, they don't want you to come back. And what I mean by that is they won't send you any orders. Guys, this has to be a joke. There's no orders. Now that my acceptance rate is above 70%, I have noticed a huge increase in consistency of orders and a bump in hourly pay as well, which is actually the first reason I'm accepting every no-tip order. The other 3 reasons you will see throughout the rest of this shift. Good morning, everyone. It is the day after Christmas, and we are back accepting every single order. My acceptance rate has been at 71% for quite a bit of orders at this point. I don't know why it's not budging, but it is above 70%. So we're in that top dasher range. We just got to complete, I think it's like, I don't know, 40 something. I really can't remember, but we have to complete like 40 to 50 more orders this week. And that's so that we can hit that top dasher. And that's reason number 2 is because I think top dasher is beneficial. And especially with what I have been seeing lately, it does seem like DoorDash is putting a bigger emphasis than ever on giving top dasher the priority to orders. So far today, we started our shift off at 9 o'clock and we had to wait about 10 minutes to get our first order, but we did get this first one to McDonald's, $4.50 for like 1 mile. Got it done in like 5 minutes. Wasn't bad at all. And then DoorDash hit us with this high pay order, which is $6.50 for 3 miles to Einstein Bagels. I'm pulling into Einstein Bagels right now, and I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. 2 quote-unquote high pay orders right off the bat. Only had to wait a couple of minutes to get my first order, and I'm just liking what I'm seeing. 9 o'clock is usually fairly slow. But yeah, so far so good. Let's go get this order done. Oh boy. Well, we got our next order. It is not the best. Chick-fil-A, $2, and it's for like 2.5 for like 3 miles, I think. But we're taking everything, so obviously we accepted it. I mean, could be worse. Could be $2 for 10 miles. So I'm just trying to be optimistic about it. And the first 2 orders we did were good. We just gotta get this done as quickly as possible and move on. So in my first hour and about 10 minutes, I made this much, $21.50. And I was feeling super good about everything. I mean, I've been getting consistent orders and everything like that. But then I get hit with this order from Original Pancake House. $4.25, 9.5 miles. This is the worst order we've seen all day, even worse than that no-tip Chick-fil-A order. But I accepted it. We're taking everything. It is what it is. We gotta go get it done. But man, that throws a wrench in the day. Well, that last hour was extremely rough. We had that really long distance order, which sucked. And then our next order was that one from Rancheritos. And we were only at $30.25 in, I believe, 2 hours now. Or almost 2.5 actually, 2 hours, 15 minutes about. So under $15 an hour, but that's honestly not terrible. I mean, it's the day after Christmas. I don't really know how many people are wanting to spend money. People are probably eating leftovers, and it's a Tuesday, and we're accepting every single order. So I'm honestly not mad. It could be a lot worse. I mean, we could be averaging like $9, $10 an hour right now, but we're at about 14, so not terrible. Let's keep it going. Yeah, for Austin. Awesome, thank you. If you're going to be accepting every single order at the end of the month like I am to get Top Dasher, then I highly recommend you downloading the Solo app and signing up for their Pro Plus plan. It's only $20 a month, and the app is going to actually pay for itself because you're going to make way more than that because you will have the tools Solo gives you. Let me just read through the list of all the stuff that this plan comes with. It comes with access to the highest paying job for every hour in your city. You can build your smart schedule and earn up to 40% more per hour. That's what I mean by it's going to pay for itself. You also never have to stress about what you will make with daily guaranteed pay. So when you're accepting every single order, that is really going to come in handy because even if you're having to take every no-tip order like I am, then you can still have some guaranteed pay just to fall back on in case you're making really bad money. And they also have a bunch of other stuff like unlimited income and business expense tracking, automated mileage tracker, discounted flat fee tax filing, and annual tax projections, which tax season is coming up, so that's going to be a big help as well. And they have a bunch of other great stuff. So if that interests you at all, and you're like me and you're taking every order, it's the end of the month, then make sure you use the link I have for you down below in the description to download it, and you'll get $10 upon sign up. So it's well worth it. You'll make your money back, and you'll have all these great insights. So check it out. Let me know what you guys think. Let's get back to the shift. Well, guys, we are about 3.5 hours of the way through right now. We're at $47.25. Not doing too good. And we just picked up our next order. It's from R&R Barbecue, and it is another no-tip order. So that's never fun. It is $2 for, I can't even remember, I think like 6 miles, something like that. And yeah, we're seeing more no-tip orders than I would like right now, but it is what it is. And I'm honestly curious if any of these will have the tip after delivery on them, because I have gotten one of those before, and that was surprising. So maybe some of these no-tip orders, the tips will be factored in later. Maybe they'll tip later. I don't know. It is what it is regardless, though, because we are taking every order. So we're on our way to drop this off, but I did want to mention something that was kind of funny earlier. I dropped off an order from Taco Bell, and it was a no-tip order. You guys saw it. And it was actually the same person who did another one of the no-tip orders from a couple orders ago. I can't even remember which one, but I'll show you guys. It's the same doormat, same everything, and both orders they didn't tip on. So I guess this person just doesn't like to tip Dashers. That is just crazy to me that you have enough money to order 2 separate meals through DoorDash, and you don't have enough money to just say, hey, thanks for picking up my food for me. It's the holiday season. Let me give you a little bit of money for your troubles. But no, apparently they didn't. So that, again, it is what it is. We're out here taking all the garbage orders, but hey, I'm just grateful that we're at least making some money, because honestly, it could be a lot worse, and I'm glad that things have been pretty consistent. I'm grateful that I haven't just been sitting in my car with a lot of dead time, because I probably, to be honest, would rather take and deliver no-tip orders than to just sit in my car and do nothing, because I just get so bored. So I'm glad it's been consistent, and yeah, unfortunately the pay hasn't been that good, but that's kind of what happens when you do these accept every order challenges. So we'll go drop this off, see if we can close out the shift with a couple of good orders, because I'm probably only going for another hour or so, but we'll see what happens. I'll go drop this off, and hopefully those big orders start coming in. Well, I guess this is why you take no tip orders, because we just got a $10 tip from that one. That is amazing. I mean, obviously all the no tip orders we've done today have not been like that, but sometimes I guess it's worth the gamble, and that was a big pick-me-up. I think we're at about $59. So things might be looking up for this last hour. Let's go. And that right there is reason number 3. Just in the past few shifts, I've been seeing way more people tip after delivery, and I think this is because DoorDash is really pushing this. I have noticed even when I've ordered DoorDash for myself, they've been pushing this to customers to add an additional tip to the one that they already have after the order's been dropped off, or to just add the whole tip after the order's been dropped off. And so I think some of these no-tip orders out there are actually really good orders, and the person is just waiting to tip in cash, or they're going to leave a big tip after the delivery if you provide good service. So I think we need to be putting a bigger emphasis on our service and maybe accepting some of these no-tip orders. And it could be pretty lucrative. As you guys saw, I just got a $10 tip from that order. So it was $12 for only about 5 miles on that last order. Well, that last order really, that was tough. I mean, it was $11 for 20 miles and it took me out of my zone, so I had to drive all the way back into my zone. It took about 50 minutes, and I drove, I think, like 34 miles. So that was a big dent into this shift. But luckily, as I was driving back, I did get this order to Neaters. It's actually pretty good. The order got to my phone right as I was passing the exit, so the miles are a little bit, I mean, they're not off, but it's a better order than what it seems on the surface. So I think it's like $8.78 for 7 miles or something like that. I don't know, but we're getting it done pretty quick. Already picked it up, going to drop it off right now. And after this, we'll be at $80 in a little bit under 5 hours. So that's $16 an hour. I mean, considering all the no tip orders we've gotten and that super long distance order that we just did, I'd say that's pretty good, especially for accepting every order. I mean, and on a Tuesday, I'd say that's pretty good. $16 an hour. This might be my last order, I'm not sure. But honestly, we've done better today than I expected. I was really thinking it would be like a $12 an hour day. But ever since we did get our acceptance rate up above 70%, it does seem like things are picking up and we're getting more of those high pay orders, quote unquote. And the biggest difference is we are just getting consistent orders. There was no dead time today, except at the very start of the shift, there was about 10-15 minutes I had to wait for my first order. But ever since then, non-stop orders, and we've just been killing it in terms of consistency. So that's great, because I don't know if you guys watched my first couple of shifts back doing DoorDash, and they were just so awful. I mean, 45 minutes without an order, stuff like that. So that is a great sign. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I'm thinking being a top dasher will help even more. So we'll see what happens after the end of this month, going into January, if we'll see a slowdown or maybe a little bit of a pickup. I'm not sure. But we're dropping this order off right now, and that might be my last order, but I'll check in with you guys right after it. So that did end up being my last order, and that leads us to the fourth reason why I've been accepting every no-tip order, and it's just because I think this is where DoorDash is headed. I know they've already started doing this in New York from what I've read in DoorDash's news. They're getting rid of pre-tipped orders, and every single order is going to be a tip after delivery order. I don't know when that's going to come into every single market, but I do think that's where DoorDash is headed. I think they're just putting an extra emphasis on trying to get Dashers to accept every single order and trying to put a bigger emphasis on Dashers' customer service, and in turn will get rewarded because the customer will tip after, and our customer service will actually matter, similar to how Uber and Lyft is. And so some of these no-tip orders actually end up paying out really well. So it is something to think about. Obviously, I've never been a fan of taking no-tip orders, but I think that's where DoorDash is going. So we might as well get used to it right now, try and improve our customer service, and see if we can get some of those big tips that are out there hidden in the no-tip orders. So in total, I made $79.53 in 5 hours, and that's with the cash tip. Now I know it says 5 hours and 22 minutes on that, but I did have the shift paused for about 20 minutes at the beginning of the shift, so it is right around 5 hours even, and that's an average of $16 per hour. So not the best hourly pay, but compared to what we have been seeing, that's actually like $5 better than when our acceptance rate was below 70%. So I am liking what I'm seeing as I get that acceptance rate up. I'm thinking Top Dasher will help even more, and our acceptance rate is now at 75%. So there you guys have it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and also check out this video right over here, and I'll see you in the next one.